Fine dining restaurant cannot operate and cannot run by itself because the profit structure is razor thin. Hypothetically, your restaurant is just fully booked the next 12 months. Still, you're gonna max out your labor, you're gonna max out your food costs. Your profit margin is gonna be less than 5%. And you're going to do that for independent restaurant? No chance. That's why I don't know if you guys realize, if you see all the fine dining restaurants that are run by individuals, they all shut down within 2 years. It's not possible. Hey guys, Wayne here. In this video, I'm gonna share why you shouldn't start fine dining restaurants as your first business. There are actually 3 questions that you need to ask yourself before you actually open fine dining restaurants, which is, are fine dining restaurants still profitable in today's economy? Second, what are the realistic challenges that you face as you run your fine dining restaurant? 3 is, if it's not a wise option to run a fine dining restaurant, what are the alternatives to starting a fine dining restaurant? So first one is, are fine dining restaurants still profitable in today's economy? No. No, it's not. You guys might wonder how fine dining restaurants make money. Like the ones that you see out there are all the big companies, big fine dining restaurants that get all these Michelin stars. So before that, let's take a look at how restaurants make money in the first place. The 2 biggest expense for restaurant business are your labor and your food costs. I'm not going to count the rent. Rent is a fixed cost, right? Which the more you sell, the pie gets low. Less you sell, the pie gets bigger. The thing that you can actually control while you operate are food cost and labor. So actually how you adjust these 2 expenses determines what kind of restaurant business structure that you're actually operating. So there are 3 main structures. So you have this much of revenue. You have option to reduce the food cost. So you're lowering your food cost. It means 2 things. You're either using cheap ingredients or you actually want to put more effort in cooking, which you're going to increase the amount of labor that you're going to spend. So this structure is often used in casual restaurants. They're going to use a lot of store-bought goods, a lot of store-bought products and cheap ingredients, do a lot of work using high labor to maximize the food quality. Second way is to increasing the amount of food cost that you spend and decreasing the labor. So in this case, you're using a lot of expensive ingredients, which most likely it's going to reduce the amount of labor that you need. So when you use more expensive ingredients, you're gonna most likely need less labor. So that's how you can actually save your labor there. So these are the 2 basic structures that most restaurant owners, they compromise or they even set before they actually open a restaurant. How fine dining restaurants are set is they're going to increase the amount of food costs they're going to spend and increase the amount of labor that they spend because they're using highest quality ingredients and they're using highest quality of labor to produce, to maximize the quality of the food, quality of the experience, quality of everything. That's how the fine dining structure is set up in the first place. So these are the 3 basic structures of restaurant business. Now we go back to our initial question. Is fine dining restaurants still relevant? Is still profitable in today's economy? And I said no, because 99% of fine dining restaurants out there are funded and supported by third-party cash flow. So what it means is either you're supported and funded by a bigger restaurant corporate, like restaurant group, is either you're run by a restaurant group or you're basically a chef who has a big reputation that has enough cash flow with his attention that is going to feed his business. Strategies might be a little different, but the fundamental is the same thing. Fine dining restaurant cannot operate and cannot run by itself because the profit structure is razor thin. Hypothetically, your restaurant is just fully booked the next 12 months. Still, you're going to max out your labor, you're going to max out your food costs. Your profit margin is going to be less than 5%. And you're going to do that for independent restaurant? No chance. That's why I don't know if you guys realize, if you see all the fine dining restaurants that are run by individuals, they all shut down within 2 years. It's not possible. That's the biggest reason why, the chefs out there who have a lot of experience from fine dining restaurants, they don't learn all this business, financials, business structures, financial management. They don't learn all this. That's why when they come out, they're so proud of their skills and confident about their cooking skills. They save their money, they come out, they open their fine dining restaurant, their dream, and shut down within 2 years. That's what most of the time it happens. And I've seen a lot of them. I've worked for them when I was a chef. And it's actually painful to watch them happening. And I don't think I've never seen anybody who operate a fine dining restaurant independently and become successful. If they do, they have something else that can bring this monetary returns, such as attention, online sales, or reputation that can actually feed the business. Now you go to the second question. What are the challenges of starting and running a fine dining restaurant? That's actually one of the biggest challenges. When you actually run a fine dining restaurant, you're going to be facing a lot of challenges in terms of money, your profit. Again, fine dining restaurants can't make make money. Or you're running a small restaurant, but if you operate like a fine dining restaurant, you're gonna fail too. As I said, chefs out there who have huge confidence of their fine dining skills, they most likely don't care about the business knowledge, marketing, branding, customer acquisition. It's kind of impossible for them to have a clear insight of those knowledge. That's why when they actually quit being a chef and they come out and they open their own restaurant with their savings, they shut down. It's actually they have to compromise before they actually open a restaurant. They have to compromise with themselves if they are going to choose to build their online reputation, to actually build something to fund their future fine dining restaurant, or they have to compromise themselves to open a restaurant business that's actually profitable. And you actually have a choice to do both of them. And the next question would be, what are the alternatives to opening a fine dining restaurant in the food industry? So if you are a chef who was planning to open a fine dining restaurant and you're watching this video, or you're kind of now worried and concerned, me as a restaurant consultant and a marketer, what I would like to suggest is you have two paths. It's either you compromise, just like what I said, you compromise to become a restaurant owner and build a restaurant business that's actually profitable, just like franchise business or restaurant group, an independent restaurant or casual dining that is actually profitable. Control all these food costs and calculate how much labor should be in there. Your theoretical profit margin should be at least 30%. Then your actual is going to be, 15 to 20, 25%, right? Or you actually have to choose to build your reputation and your personal brand online, which you're going to build basically an online business where you're going to create content just like podcasts, books, videos, or social media. There are a lot of types of platforms that you can actually use to build your brand. Yeah, if you choose to be there, it's kind of easier to create a cash flow over there to actually help you to afford your fine dining restaurant business that you're going to build in the future. And I would say that is more realistic way of opening a fine dining restaurant. When you build your online presence, not only you're going to make money, making money is just, something else. That's not something that you should worry about actually, because the fact that you have an online brand, online presence, your reputation in online space, it means you're gonna get like whole different types of opportunities. Like you might meet an investor, you might meet some sort of partner who want to actually open a restaurant under your name, right? Or you might actually have a chance to actually sell something online and create enough cash flow to afford your restaurant business, right? Like nobody knows what kind of opportunities are out there, but what I'm trying to say, they're all available in online. And now, and take a look around all the chefs that you know who is a successful fine dining owner who doesn't create content. Think about it. Who's out there who's not doing anything, who has no name in online, who has no name in media and running a successful fine dining restaurant? I didn't see anybody. Content doesn't mean you have to talk in front of the camera. Content can simply mean a book or magazine, a blog, right? A podcast. It can mean many things. Yeah, think about all the chefs out there who own a successful fine dining business, and now you research a little bit, you take a look into their life. What kind of contents are they putting out there to build their reputation in an offline space or in online space? I think, in my opinion, that should be your first step before you actually open a fine dining restaurant. Because what those contents do is they automatically grab attention and they can collect your future customers 24/7 because the contents are out there. When you're sleeping, it's still working, right? I would confidently say you should build your personal brand to get more opportunities, or compromise with yourself to open a restaurant business that's actually profitable. That's it for today, guys. I hope this video helped you in terms of thinking of opening a restaurant business in the future. I hope this insight kind of awakened you. And by the way, if you actually want to know how to build your personal brand, who want to learn new skills to stack up your core skills and build your online presence, I actually consult and teach chefs around the world on how to build their personal brand so that they can stand out in an online market. And that's what I exactly did, which I didn't become a chef. I didn't utilize my chef experience to become a restaurant owner or a famous chef, but I actually used that skill, to use that experience to turn myself to a restaurant marketer and a consultant where I work online at the same time I'm a chef. Just like me, there are a lot of opportunities out there. So my chef education program, Business Chef Academy, is going to teach you everything about building a personal brand. Just click the link somewhere in this video, watch my masterclass, I'll see you there.